Join me as I break down the ECDA stock and try to explain it in a way that's easy to understand. ECDA stock has been gaining attention lately, and for good reason. As we dive into the world of finance, it's clear that ECDA is a player that's worth keeping an eye on. With its unique position in the market, ECDA is definitely a stock that's on the radar of many investors. One of the biggest challenges ECDA faces is competition. With so many other companies in the same space, it's tough to stand out. And then there are regulatory issues that can impact the company's performance. These are just a few of the hurdles that ECDA needs to navigate in order to succeed. The market can be unpredictable, and ECDA needs to be agile in order to stay ahead. Another challenge ECDA faces is adapting to changing market trends. As consumer behavior and technology evolve, ECDA needs to be able to pivot and adjust its strategy. This can be a difficult task, especially when you're dealing with a large and complex organization. But ECDA has shown that it's capable of making tough decisions and adjusting to new circumstances. Regulatory issues can also have a big impact on ECDA's stock performance. Changes in laws and regulations can affect the company's ability to operate, and that's something that investors need to keep an eye on. And let's not forget about the competition. ECDA needs to stay ahead of the game in order to remain competitive. The business model of ECDA is quite interesting. The company operates in a unique space, and its financial performance has been impressive. Over the past few years, ECDA has shown steady growth, and its revenue has been increasing steadily. This is definitely a positive sign for investors. One of the key factors that affects ECDA's stock performance is market trends. As the market evolves, ECDA needs to be able to adapt and adjust its strategy. This can be a challenge, but it's also an opportunity for the company to innovate and stay ahead of the game. Recently, there's been some exciting news about ECDA that's worth mentioning. The company has announced some new developments that are expected to drive growth and increase revenue. This is definitely something that investors should be paying attention to. These new developments have the potential to significantly impact ECDA's stock performance. If the company is able to execute on its plans, we could see some significant gains. Of course, there's always risk involved, but it's definitely an interesting time to be keeping an eye on ECDA stock. The recent news about ECDA is a great example of why it's so important to stay informed about the company's performance. As an investor, you need to be aware of what's happening with the company and how it's likely to impact its stock performance. In terms of insights, one thing that's worth noting is the potential for growth. ECDA has a strong position in the market, and its financial performance has been impressive. This is definitely a stock that's worth keeping an eye on. So, that's a quick rundown of ECDA stock. As you can see, there are definitely some challenges that the company faces, but there are also some compelling reasons to be interested in its potential. If you've got thoughts on ECDA stock, I'd love to hear them. Let me know in the comments. And if you're interested in learning more about finance and stocks, be sure to check out my previous videos for more insights.